welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Warp, the completely unnecessary Star Trek podcast, where my name is my name is Shawn.
Yeah.
Is it now?
Mm-hmm. My name is Matt.
Is it? Fleep.
Aaron.
Min-win.
Oh man,
I feel like it's been a while.
it's
enough.
been a couple of months, guys. I'm just saying.
We're going to tighten that in post.
The next episode's gonna be on point because Aaron is introducing it. So
We do
she
live-
always likes to keep us on our toes.
Live
that-
audio commentary tracks of Star Trek episodes.
That's right.
The part you
That's the part we didn't.
That's the part you left out.
Well, I just thought of myself first,
Sure.
so I just automatically went to there.
Yep.
Wow.
So here we are. We're back. I think today we're probably as close as we've been to the release of an episode in a long, long time.
Oh, yeah.
We took our summer vacation. We were
Yep.
all off on our various vacations.
So-
and now we're back together.
And
good.
it's good to see you
Back in the
all
ranch.
once again. Unfortunately, producer Jake couldn't be here today, so
Yes. He caught
lowercase producer Min.
Are you sure you're recording the episode, man?
Yes.
Are you sure they're recording?
We're hot. We're live.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Without
I hear everybody.
Jake here and his expertise to sort of guide us through this.
And today we are watching Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 3, Episode 25, Transfigurations, the penultimate episode of Season 3. And I have 45 minutes and 49
Penultimate. That's a good word.
It's a great word.
That's a good word.
45 minutes and 49 seconds on the clock, and I'm punching the triangle in 3, 2, 1, punch.
We're so close to the ultimate. So close.
I watched this this morning, and I've decided that my alternate title for this episode is "Everything's Coming Up, Geordi,"
Yep.
because this episode is boring.
Yes.
But the B plot with Geordi
It's
is
hilarious.
kind of hilarious.
Yes,
right?
it is. Yes.
So, like, here we are in 10 Forward. Geordi is getting dating advice from Worf.
Yeah.
This caused
Always
a lot
a
of
good idea.
guffaws at
Oh,
the writer's
so
room, right?
good.
This was snicker material.
Right. They were laughing while they were writing
Right.
this. Worf literally says to him, "You have to show her the fire in your eyes."
Yeah.
And Data gives him a look like, "No eyes, remember?"
Yeah.
She can't see my eyes
Yeah.
through my banana clip. he
Yeah.
goes.
What do you think about this outfit? It's pretty.
Now, do you remember her,
Oh,
Aaron?
yeah, I do, sort of.
She was on an earlier episode
Yeah.
where she told Geordi that she was not into him.
Yeah.
But weirdly, in this episode, she's back to being into him.
Sort of into him. They
So I don't
wanted
know
to-
if they shot these in a different order or what, but
Yeah.
I was like, didn't she blow him off the last time we saw her?
And it's after that because they mention it. They talk about
Oh yeah, they do.
date.
She does kind of talk about the fact that they dated once before.
they went on this date on the holodeck where he
That's
had like
right.
a beach and it was like
Yeah,
this.
he had spent
He's
spent
been
like weeks preparing like,
Isn't that
the
the-
perfect holodeck.
That's the
right.
same episode he falls in love with the
That's
chick
the
on
one where he
holodeck,
falls in
right?
love on the
This
holodeck.
holodeck story is really following Geordi around like crazy, so he's like he can't escape. Like,
And like Geordi
Yeah.
just cannot talk to girls. Like that's the setup, right?
Yeah.
Like because she came over and she was clearly trying to flirt with him, and he was just like, you pretty girl.
Yep.
No speak. And then like she was like, okay, bye. And Worf was just like disgusted.
He's like,
yeah, exactly.
Worf's like, this is pathetic.
Not everyone can be like Worf.
Yeah, Worf is just a player.
Hey, we understand.
Yeah.
Worf is what's the opposite of an incel? Like he's a volcel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because he's like
He
he's
could get
like
so much.
he's
Yeah.
he's like human women, or I would snap them in half like twigs. Like he always rejects the idea of
Yeah.
mating with a human.
Well, in that sense, it's for their safety. isn't
right.
it?
He's
Right.
safety conscious.
He's like, no human woman could withstand Klingon lovemaking.
Yeah.
What about Ronda Rousey?
Yeah.
That might be
Maybe.
the first, but you know.
Well, he ends up dating Troy, but that's way down the line.
Deanna Troy?
She's got
Yeah,
that. She's got that
that's
Betazoid.
No, Mrs. Troy, the mom.
Fuck's on.
Yes. He's got more shit on his face.
They play,
Just what he needs.
yeah, exactly. Now my brain doesn't work.
Or
but
crap on my head.
What is that supposed to do?
So this episode
So dumb.
Go
this
on.
episode is a real have theories about how this episode came to be, but why don't you give us the specs first?
All right, we are watching.
The credits have started.
Season 3, episode 25, Transfigurations, original air date June 2nd, 1990. The Enterprise finds a deserted planet where a ship has crashed, and with it the lone survivor with no memory but extraordinary healing powers.
Oh.
Aaron, what do you think the IMDb rating of this episode is?
6.
Okay.
I will say 6-2.
Anybody else?
I'm going to say 5.
6-3, motherfuckers.
It's a 7, so Min wins by
Damn.
price of right.
Wow.
It is not
Wow.
as good as a 7.
You guys really shat on it.
That B storyline must really kind of elevate it.
It's
At least-
this episode feels like so the next week's episode is the big season finale,
Right.
and this episode feels to me like an afterthought. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were
yeah.
working so hard to make the kick-ass awesome season finale that they were like, oh wait, we still have to do one more regular episode, and just grabbed a random script
Yep,
from
yep.
season 1 off the pile, and we're like, whatever, we'll
We can
just
do
do this
this.
one, like
Yeah.
it'll be fine. Because it feels like a season 2 or 1 episode. It does not have the like confidence and like strength of storytelling that they've basically gotten into in season 3. So it's just a real clunker, and it doesn't fit the vibe of how good the rest of season 3
I'm
is.
surprised IMDb so generous with it, because usually they're pretty cutthroat. Like
Yeah.
they don't
But
really.
these are the kinds of episodes those fucking nerds like.
There was no evidence of any of my speculations on the actual website. Like I looked, but I still think I'm right. I still think they were just like, grab a
makes
script.
sense.
We need to make an episode.
Because we were promised great episodes from here on out.
Yeah. Well, mostly great. Can they be mostly great?
Yeah, I suppose.
This is mostly a Beverly episode, which ordinarily I would. Oh, there's Screeny, you guys. Did you see it?
Yeah.
New screeny.
Boost the ATP production.
Yeah.
That's,
You know how they did a bunch of like Troy falls in love with a random guest star,
Right.
And
Maybe has a baby, maybe not.
Baby for a day.
this week it's Beverly's turn to do that plot line. I feel like Marina Sirtis must have just been like, I'm not doing that again. Like,
She was
make
really-
somebody else do it.
Yeah.
Is she going to fall in love with the sick guy?
Of course.
She is.
Yes.
There's Jean-Luc with his ship in a bottle that he's been working on. I don't know why he's got it on the bridge with him.
Yeah.
But
Who's showing it off?
showing it off to everybody.
Why does it look so cheap?
It's like, I'm the captain. You have to be interested in my ship in a bottle.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you go to the brig.
Yeah. My
Ship
brig
in
in
a-
the bottle.
Ship in a bottle actually does feel like something he would definitely be
Oh yeah,
into.
but I feel like you'd be into the old classic
Yeah.
ship in the bottle,
Not
not
this
the
new age.
newfangled
Right.
holographic.
like Edward James Olmos on Battlestar Galactica, he was into ships in a bottle.
Yeah,
or Edward James almost in Blade Runner. He was into origami.
He was into origami.
he's always into something. He brings his hobbies onto the set.
Did he have a
Edward
hobby?
James Olmos is like, I'm really into knitting right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
So my character is going to be really into knitting.
Yes.
Just letting you know.
These are powerful character choices.
I know.
Look,
exactly.
there's a pachinko game behind that lady.
Yeah, that is the dry cycle. Okay, they're doing the delicates.
The industrial dryer.
They use dilithium to really get
It's so dry, you guys.
So dry.
Dilithium makes things unbelievably
Yeah.
dry.
So that lady there that's next to Dr. Crusher is Nurse Temple,
Have we ever seen her
who
before?
was named Nurse Temple in an homage to Nurse Chapel from the original show.
Temple Chapel. Oh.
Nice.
So
How do we
she
feel
went
about
from
the three
being
balls of
Christian
light?
to being Jewish, apparently.
The three spheres at the aquarium. There.
Where's Nurse Ogawa? She hasn't shown
No.
up yet.
There's something so dreamy about him, wouldn't you say, Picard?
Yeah, basically that's exactly what happens. You've just summed up the episode.
Yeah.
There are no stakes
Yeah.
in this entire episode. It's so I really did not enjoy this.
I feel like
episode.
it's weird for her, like anybody on the ship, to be sort of like so infatuated with somebody so quickly.
Yeah.
It's
Well, that's what happens all the time.
I know.
Well, she's a doctor.
I know,
and
and-
he's a super healer. So like,
But she
This
doesn't
gets her
know
off.
that really.
yeah,
well, but
but
that's what she's figuring out now.
she's fallen for him without that information.
Yeah.
It's just in the
I
DNA.
just love healing.
It's just not great.
Yeah.
Like she's seen things.
Not into the ship in the bottle.
Wow.
Neither.
Jordy looking at it.
With the wire.
Why?
Yeah,
Like,
see, this every time Geordi is like all this stuff with Geordi is the good stuff that's good in this episode.
Yeah.
Believe what I was talking about? They spend half this episode in 10 forward.
Yeah.
But somehow no Guinan.
I know.
What I love about this scene is how irritated Worf
Worf
is.
is like,
So like Geordi and Data are like talking tech talk. Like how are we going to figure out how to get the information out of this piece of whatever? And Worf's like, we're supposed to be having a good time in 10 forward.
Yeah.
You two nerds are harshing my vibe.
yeah, bringing work to the after party, to the cool down.
It's because he's all pent up. He hasn't been able to nut. He doesn't want to break anyone.
That's
oh,
right.
no, that's not true. He does it in the holodeck.
Yeah,
all the
like
time.
everybody. He does it in the holodeck.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. He doesn't have sex with human women, but he has sex.
Okay.
And anytime there's a Klingon on board, you know he's banging that.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Min, do you want to know what's actually happening?
Jesus,
in
does
this
she have a
episode?
job? I'm sorry.
She does have a job, but I don't know what it is.
I know, but
Is
she's
she?
like in Ted Ford all the time. Jesus.
Well, when Geordi's here,
So is that Asian chick. She's like,
Well, now Jordy's walking up like, "Hey, baby."
hey.
I don't think she's in Starfleet, right? Because Riker doesn't call her. When Riker sees her later, he doesn't call her ensign or whatever. He calls her Miss So and So.
Wait, do they have non-Starfleet?
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a ton of civilians on the ship. Like there's all
There's
these.
all the people who take care of the kids and
that
Yeah,
lady
it's like-
behind the table right now.
yeah.
I thought they had like.
School teachers and barbers, and there's all kind of people on the ship who aren't in
That aren't
Starfleet.
Gross.
Hashtag not my Star Trek.
Got my Star Trek. I'm bridge crew.
Everybody on board the original Enterprise were Starfleet.
I think about it. I guess I always think about it as an analog to the Navy, and then like you're gonna tell me there's a bunch of like
Screening.
randos.
That's the best screening they've had on the show, I think. That's the closest to the original.
Did Dr. Crusher oil this guy up?
Yeah, I
He
think
looks
he's like,
really
why am I
shiny."
being tanned and oiled?
He's got his Lollapalooza shorts on.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's got a nice body, and then they did a show close up on his face, and I was like, no,
His face.
like,
It happens. It's life.
yeah.
Life finds a way.
Yeah.
I don't like it when the face and the body don't line up. Like, I feel like that's misleading.
Tricky DNA.
Is he gonna heal more though? Because when
He
we last
is, but
saw
his
him-
face is never gonna. He's always got lumps.
That's just the way he
Some of
looks.
the lumps.
He's got the classic alien
Lumps.
on his face.
Lumpy
Cool.
bumpies. Oh yeah.
So she's put his arms.
he's
back
gonna get so tan.
because remember he had lost
He lost
his
it,
arms
yeah, that's right.
She
earlier.
put his arms back.
That's so nice.
That's cool.
That's cool. And we kept his sleeves there.
You see the bumpy bumpies? Those aren't.
Oh,
part of the
he's
crash.
getting better looking.
Well, maybe he has sex with Worf.
Like I think she should just like take off the bumps with the lasers.
Yeah,
and
she
just
should have
be
been like, I fixed your face while I was at it.
yeah, that's the way my people look. It wasn't working for me. Trust me, your Instagram
People
followers
more
will
open-minded
appreciate
in the
this.
future. But that guy looks like he lifts for sure, and runs.
So, do you want a quick
Sure. Yes.
plot summary, Min?
Is that a
you
soft serve
you
machine back
watch
there?
this,
That
right?
looks like a soft serve machine behind them. Like a vanilla side and a chocolate side.
Yeah, it does look like.
A little bit from the first angle, yeah. Like, oh my god, it's like if you could sit in that chair and just like pour soft serve directly down your gullet.
It's probably some real piece of medical equipment that they
looks like an eye
reappropriated.
machine or,
It looks like there's something you'd wear at the
Eye doctor.
the ophthalmologist, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Optometrist.
Yeah. Ophthalmologist is...
Ophthalmologist.
The real doctor
Yeah.
Optometrist.
is like the person that can...
Ruh-roh.
Somebody's knocking on
Who's
your
knocking
door?
on our door?
I bet.
So, Min, what's happened is the ship was just like cruising along doing nothing. Like Picard literally says at the beginning of the episode, like, there's nothing going on these days. We're just cruising around. They find this ship that's crash landed on this planet. They find this guy. He's all near death. All of his limbs have been torn off in the crash. Beverly's like, I don't think I can fix him. He's too weak even to come back to the ship. So she puts that little thing on Geordi's face that like helped to stabilize this guy long enough that she could beam him up. But while she was doing that, there was like a little energy burst that went from that guy into Geordi.
Oh, yeah.
And ever since that happened, Geordi's been acting all like way more confident, right? Like he got over his being nervous about
Took
talking to the
that
girl.
lady to the Arboretum.
Yeah, he was like, why don't we go to the Arboretum, baby?
He offered his arm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So whatever it is, it seems to have put a perk into Geordi's step.
Yeah.
And
It's
now
like when Urkel turned into...
it is a little bit like Stefan.
Stefan Urkel.
Go on.
And so now this guy has healed incredibly quickly. So he's a little bit of a medical mystery. Beverly is trying to figure out how he was able to recover from his injuries so quickly.
Yeah.
And he has amnesia. He doesn't remember who he is or how the crash happened or anything.
Swoon.
Yeah, I mean, this is the perfect love story for
She
Dr.
calls him
Crusher.
John Doe.
Right, because it's someone that she's able to fix.
Yes. And he also fixes.
But she doesn't fix him. He like fixes himself
Well, you know,
because he's got these healing powers.
if she hadn't teleported him back, would he have fixed himself?
No, probably not, because he was in pretty bad
Yeah.
shape.
He got Anakin'd.
He did get Anakin.
Do we know how he got in that?
Oh, baby.
No, because he doesn't know, remember? He has amnesia.
Wow, Geordi's getting it on with Amelia Clark here.
Yeah, Geordi actually got to make out with a girl in this episode.
Cool.
See, he calls her Miss Henshaw.
Yeah.
She's not in Starfleet.
I thought sometimes when they're off duty, you might say that.
But they would call him all Mister, right?
Well, he always calls people by their rank, I think.
Yeah.
But out of his business, Riker.
Yeah.
Riker is just like
No,
anytime-
Riker's happy. He's like,
anytime somebody is like
Getting it on.
having this
anytime
boning,
anybody's
Riker
getting
is
their dick wet,
100%
Riker's happy
in.
about
Yeah.
it.
He's like, good for you.
Riker is like the Dr. Ruth of the ship. He's just like very pro sex.
Yeah.
Such a
like,
sex positive person.
very sex positive.
Look at that. He's never been happier.
And Geordi's like, yeah, I don't know what it is, but
That's
suddenly
the
I
most
just
swagger
seem...
I've seen on Geordi when he walked out of that turbo.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know why, but suddenly I seem a lot more confident than I usually am.
He's gonna.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Here's
what,
Miles.
What is he
This is
wearing?
Wetsuit?
It's supposed to be a
kayak.
futurist. You can tell it's a futuristic wetsuit because it looks ridiculous.
Because it incorporates sweater elements.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's weirdly shiny. Like, I don't know.
It looks like it came from the 80s.
Oh yeah. I keep.
Well, it did.
They actually went back in time and picked this up.
This episode was made in 1990, so
Yeah.
you're not far off.
Yeah.
They
That's
encapsulated
that
the time
sweatshirt.
well.
That fabric is definitely from the 80s.
Yeah, they had it lying around.
Miles has gone kayaking in the holodeck and has hurt himself, and that's going to become like a running
Yes.
thing with Miles. is
Especially
that
in Deep Space Nine.
he goes kayaking and he always ends up getting hurt.
Oh,
Each time it's kayaking.
Yeah,
Yep. He loves kayaking.
loves to kayak, but he's not very good at it.
And eventually
because
you
he's
learn-
constantly going into sickbay saying he's hurt himself kayaking.
Nice.
And see, that guy just healed him by magic powers.
wow.
Look at Wesley. Why is Wesley even in this episode? There's a weird
Contracts.
scene coming up where... So Wesley came in just to ask his mom, are we still having dinner together tonight? And now he's witnessing this scene. And then we're going to see Wesley and Beverly have dinner together. I think this is maybe it. It might be this scene right now. Yeah, it is. And it's a uncomfortable and inappropriate conversation because...
She's all like, I'm hot for this guy.
Yeah. And Wesley's like, they're talking about like her, like... being into this guy.
What are they drinking?
It looks like coffee.
Tea, matcha.
Or hot
chai.
chocolate, maybe?
Brown water.
This whole scene, I was thinking, where the fuck is Deanna? She hasn't been in this episode once.
Yeah.
And this is the scene that she would ordinarily be in, right? Where the two of them are talking about their love lives. They do it all the time.
Right.
Where is she? Why is she having this conversation
Wesley,
with Wesley?
is she even in
And
this
Wesley
episode?
is way too into it.
Wesley's
for it to be
way too into
for
it.
it to be
He's
his
like,
mom.
you like
He's all,
him, don't you?
I'm so happy for you,
Yeah.
Mom. You go get that, okay?
It is
He picked a direction
Not-
and just went for it.
It is not good.
Yeah, Troy should be in this scene, not Wesley.
It's absolutely a Deanna scene. And for some reason, Wesley is the one who's having the conversation with her.
She must have been busy.
And also, she's saying all these things about like how she feels about him. And it's making the classic Star Trek mistake of telling rather than showing, because she's describing all of these
Feelings?
like, I have this spiritual connection and he makes me feel so good, and like, but we haven't seen any
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
She's just telling Wesley that this is what's happening.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't you actually have a scene with the two of them together where you can see that?
Because they have no
They
goddamn
like each
chemistry, so they just couldn't. I mean, there's so many cerebral moments like that in this show,
Yeah.
like, where they just talk about it,
Where they just talk about it instead of
like,
dramatize it.
Yeah,
That's the nerd side.
Everything's coming up Geordi, you guys.
Yeah.
He's clever. He's thinking of new ideas to how to solve problems. He's getting the girl. This is the best Geordi's ever felt. Is in this episode.
Do you think he and Data are gonna get it on?
I think everybody.
You are
Everybody.
way too into. The
Everybody
idea
has
of
sex with Data. Come on, we all know that. We've established that on this show.
I don't think an episode has gone by that you haven't talked about. When are these people going to start fucking Data?
That's what people tune in for. That's what people tune in
Well,
for.
Tosh kicked it off, man.
Ever since Tasha did it, you're just like, you've just been waiting for
You're
the
like,
next
who's
time.
next?
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't really get any on in
the reg.
actual-
No,
well, in the
he doesn't.
actual show anymore, does he?
There are episodes where he like explores the idea of having a relationship, but it always defaults back to normal by the end of the episode.
Yeah.
There's one where there's a woman on the ship who's like obsessed with him and kind of like obsessed with becoming his girlfriend. But it's like that one episode, and then they never talk about it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, this episode is just like talky and boring.
That's
Like,
why the nerds like it.
there's literally nothing happening. What they're trying to do is figure out where the guy came from by like tracking back his path from his crashed escape pod.
It's like the NTSA doing some kind of crash investigation.
Exciting, yeah. Except not even as interesting as that would be. Like,
It's like watching like some low res computer screen from the 90s.
and Geordi's like super proud of himself because he like figured it out.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I feel like he's gonna pat Picard on the ass on the way out. Good game, Cap.
it's like, you're looking good today, JL.
Look at that.
Look at how smug he looks.
Yeah, I love it. I'm loving it.
And you know this is going to continue for the rest of the show.
This guy again.
Well, let Geordi have his day.
This is it. It's a one day situation.
Damn it.
Yeah.
It's like when Barkley becomes a genius.
What's this guy's deal, Shawn? Is he
The
that
actor?
guy?
Yeah, he's been in a lot of shit. Nothing like, he was on some soap opera for several episodes across like 20 years. But only like a couple of episodes a year. Like it was it was weird.
Which one?
Just enough to pay rent.
His name is... Nope, wrong episode.
So what does it mean when the colors and the lights
Meanwhile,
change?
he's like, your delicates are ready. They're back in the laundry room.
Right.
Why is this whole episode taking place in the laundry room?
His name is Mark Lamura.
That's right. I saw that.
Yep.
He was on All My Children.
I bet some people would find those.
I just don't think those bubble lights are practical at all. Like, I mean, they're kind of cool.
They're cool, though. They're super cool.
They're cool, but why?
They take up a
lot of space.
Yeah.
They don't provide much illumination. Uh-oh. Some acting's happening.
Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh.
Did he just heal his heart? Did he just heal?
He's having these weird, like, energy, like, pulses inside of him.
Yeah.
I bet
I could tell by that orange glow. That might be going on.
Wow, look at his outfit.
He picked his own outfit.
Yeah, I don't know what
He has weird taste in clothes.
Well,
I mean, they must have given that to him because he didn't have any clothes when he came on board.
Yeah, so that was what he...
That's the standard issue when there's a
Oh my
guy
god.
on board.
Oh my god.
She is sexually harassing him right now with that outfit.
Beverly dressed him
Yes.
in that.
He's like,
not
you'll look
okay.
pretty in
It's
this.
like Mormon magic underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you see the full from the front, it's
Yeah.
extremely.
Nothing
used
for the
to it.
imagination. Well, about damn time because Troy has to wear something like that every time.
That's true.
Skin tight.
I didn't know there was male camel-toe until I saw this guy. Wait until you see it. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
when
I
he
can't
does it.
wait.
Yeah.
The
we
ridges
fast
aren't just
forward?
on his forehead.
No, they go all the way down.
It's a little bit.
well, I bet there are some people who would be into his ridges, like his facial ridges.
Probably somebody of his species that also has the facial ridges.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like humans. Even nowadays, they might be.
Hey,
Like,
I guess people, do body modification, right?
He's another phrenologist's dream.
yeah.
So can you guys, who haven't seen it, do you want to guess how this is going to end?
I have
This
not seen
romance between the two of them?
Are they gonna smash?
He's going to...
Knowing that
It's not going to
it's a classic Star Trek episode, which means we'll never see this person again.
Right. He's going to do something to heal something that forces that self-sacrificing, and he's going to have to... That's some kind of self-sacrifice. That,
Yeah, die is one choice.
Yeah.
What is it? What's another possibility?
Runs off with Wesley.
That's right.
Ding, 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 ding,
That's
ding,
why
ding,
Wesley
ding,
was
ding,
all
ding.
into it at
That's why he was
dinner.
in that scene.
He was like, I think he's hot too, Mom.
Here, this is what I
He
recommend.
was like pushing her into
I've been
it.
watching Flowers in the Attic again, guys.
Yeah. We could all be together.
In the attic.
Are you my new dad or my new daddy?
Yeah.
No. So what are other choices?
Oh, you tell me.
She gets pregnant and then he takes the kid and raises the kid.
No,
That's not going to
but-
happen.
Not gonna happen.
They're
That's
not
a
gonna have a
good
kid
guess.
in like a day.
He gets pregnant like a seahorse and goes to
like
another
that.
planet.
Nobody's going to get pregnant.
Problem solving. Oh,
No
Yeah.
one getting pregnant.
Worf has sex with him and breaks him, and then he has to heal himself.
Geordi has sex with Data. It finally happened.
It finally happens, and then they go through a time warp where they go back just before it happens, so it never happened.
but they remember
It
all the
happens,
experiences.
we all know.
I think we got this figured out.
No, only Data remembers.
Only
Everybody
Data
else
can
gets their mind
remember.
right.
All right. Is he going to stand up soon?
I think those are hot flashes.
He has some kind of crazy disease that kills him. I don't know.
He does not
He
die.
doesn't die.
Okay.
Give up the.
He has to go back to because this energy needs to be replenished or
It's
something.
gonna turn into an energized cloud.
There it is.
Oh, there we go.
Whoa!
Yes.
Wow.
Shapes.
He looks
Lots
like
of shapes.
He looks like a loser.
He looks like an energized
like-
cloud now.
He looks like he's about to do like the bobsled.
Dude, if you were to go to like a really low budget play with their energized cloud character, this is what he would be wearing.
I don't see any panty line though. I feel like there's a suit like that underneath the suit that he has on.
Oh. But there was.
I'm clouding
there
out.
was male
Jesus,
camel-toe.
his buttocks though are fantastic. No.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have to be in good shape to pull off that outfit.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, good job, guys.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he lives.
Good for him.
I hate the way
I mean,
that
when he was
stripe
in
is
his
not
little
lined
short
up.
shorts earlier, you could tell he had a good
on.
body.
Get the stripe. Get the stripe right.
The body's great. It's the face that's the problem.
It's like in the future, and they can't get the stripe to like line up on the. Jesus, that just offends me.
You know what Philippe really hates? Is
Bad font work.
when the adults do
design
bad
work.
hopscotch and prescription drug
Oh
ads.
my God.
What?
I don't understand this. Okay, so there's a number of prescription drug ads and various other ads where, at first the adult looks at.
They're like moving through the neighborhood.
And they're like, in one, he doesn't do the hopscotch the first day, and then the second
Because
day.
he's not feeling well.
Yeah, and then, or something, and then he like sees a little girl.
His like
and he does-
psoriasis is
Yeah,
acting up or
exactly,
whatever.
right? And then he does it, and then it's like, yay, we're all excited. Except in every single one of these ads, they don't fucking do the scotch right. They do like one hop and two hops.
They
and
give
then
up
just, like-
halfway.
then
Maybe
they're
it's
just
saying like
maybe
you're gonna
they-
feel better, but not 100%.
Yeah, then they just start skipping around, and he just like hopping, and it's not.
You're not going to
anything-
feel hopscotch
He's
better.
been going on about this for a while, and then when I started paying attention, it was bothering me too.
Yeah.
It's like
It's a
3
blatant.
ads.
It's a blatant.
It's a trope. Now.
It's
Yeah.
just to show how whimsical and happy they are now.
Yeah, but can they do the
They need to
fucking
get their shit
hopscotch?
together.
I need to do the hopscotch right. Is that what your complaint is?
It's annoying because they do like the first jump and then they do the double,
And then it's
they
like,
just
bleh.
give up.
And then they're like, I'm done. Wasn't that
No, you
whimsical?
fucking
Yeah.
lost at hopscotch. You lost.
I think they just don't want to devote the time.
They only
To
want
a
the
full
kids.
Just
They
cut
don't want
away.
to destroy the children that are playing hopscotch.
no, but they do
no
the whole
kids.
thing.
Damn, that was a big
Is he
fall.
gonna heal Worf?
He sure is. Oh, there was the camel toe. Did you see it?
Oh yeah,
It was when he was
been
standing
seeing
up
it.
against
Oh my god!
Roll it back.
It was
when he
a,
was standing up against
it was a
the
space
railing.
moose knuckle.
We'll have to screen cap that for you later.
Yeah.
I think
It's okay.
the
Oh, jeez!
I'm
Louise.
only looking there right now.
There's nowhere else to look.
I'm like, oh, you have a face.
Oh, what I like to do is kill them and then bring them back to life, and then I kill them and I bring them back to life.
That's fun.
It's awesome. Come
So
to my show.
he doesn't turn into an energized cloud, but he does turn energized. But he's energized I mean, he looks like a rogue member of the Blue Man Group. Like he's got a full head to toe like thing that he's wearing.
Ah.
You'll see it when you see it. You'll
I'm
see it.
sure.
Does it affect his perm?
You can't. It must because you can't see his head.
Oh,
It looked like Picard has painted nails.
yeah, right. That's what I was
There's a
had red
fish.
nails.
There's a fish in the tank this week.
wow!
you
This is like
guys.
this. This looks like an ad for Jovan fragrance. Like there's like everybody's like still and like
Why is Beverly standing all the way over by the fish tank?
I know and like the sterns like everybody was statue still.
Well, Picard's a little pissed off because he's a little fed up with this guy.
Well, look
he
at
just killed Worf.
yeah,
Right.
but
And then
look,
healed him,
he's
but he killed him
properly
first.
chagrined. He's looking
and he's
down.
kind of fed up with this guy's like, I don't remember anything
Yeah.
explanation. Because now the other thing that's happened is that there's a ship chasing them now that's heading for them. And they suspect that this ship may have something to do with this guy, and he keeps saying like, I have to go, and please don't like return me. Did we get to the point where he says, please don't return me back to the other people? Or has that
Well, he's
that
telling him
hasn't
right
happened
now
yet?
that just let me go, so I don't take me back. Let me go, or your people are going to get hurt.
Right.
sort of like Starman.
It is a little like Starman, actually.
is. Good movie, by the way.
Yeah,
That is a good
awesome
movie. Okay, so this scene is hilarious. Geordi's just like, I realized that the episode was about to be over, so I thought I'd come over here real quick and just tell you like how great I feel.
Yeah.
So thank you for whatever you did to me. And he says,
What
like,
do you think he says? Guess. What do you think he says?
well, he's saying it right now.
You did. It was always in you.
It was
The whole-
always
It was you all along. The
You
magic
all
was
along.
inside you all along. It's
yeah.
Tinkerbell style. Like
and the real
all you have to do is believe.
And the real magic is the friends we made along the way.
See, there's Deanna.
Yeah,
So she
she's
is in
on the
this
episode.
episode.
What? They just use that's a cycled footage.
But why isn't she? And then this is a scene where Wesley should be in it, and he's not.
And who's that guy?
There's some balding guy in Wesley's
I was
chair.
so confused by the way they managed the cast in this.
There must have been some
episode.
scheduling conflicts.
I mean, I guess Will Wheaton was probably still under 18.
See, they all have the ridges.
He was probably in high school going to classes on the set.
Do you know how they have that eye tracking software? I want to see the heat map for where people's eyes.
On this guy.
See, now look at the camel toe now. Look at the wide shot.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Though that suit is just
like a
sewn
camel
for camel
box.
toe. Like the stitching, the person, the seamster, extras.
accentuated.
The camel who made that outfit.
Yeah, I know. Use
Yeah,
use
the
his
camera was
toes.
like, "What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This looks great."
yeah.
Yeah.
It's all toes is the way I like it. He calls it.
Jean-Luc is kind of a little bit of a. He's kind of Bigfooting this guy, and I
Yeah.
kind of didn't like it. I was like, "You just do." Because this guy is saying, "Look, that he's a baddie, and we want him back. He's a criminal,"
Yeah.
and Picard's like refusing to give the guy back, and it's like,
Prime Directive.
you have
dude.
no jurisdiction here, Jean-Luc. Like, you just have to hand the guy over.
But he's like, but Crusher's crushing.
Sometimes the Federation can be a little like, we know better than you.
Yeah,
like,
they're too woke.
yeah, they're a little bit too holier than thou sometimes.
You think Picard's trying to help Crusher get
her-
some?
Yeah, she just needs one more night. Dude.
Picard doesn't even like
I
this
totally
guy.
think she can seal the deal if we just give her one more night, guys.
Yeah.
That's all it's gonna take.
Come on, Crusher.
Just one more day, dude. Come on.
Outfit.
Be cool.
Her
Be
hair
cool,
is
guy.
way not red right now.
Deanna's one thing she gets to do in this episode is right there, where she's like, they are afraid of him for some reason, and it's like, well, he's turning into an
She
energized.
covered her camel toe so his could take center stage, though.
She knows. She's been on this show for a while. She knows how to wear that outfit.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
knows what's going to go on.
She knows what angles work.
I
for
also
her.
think she's very generous. She's like, your camel toe's the star today, not mine.
She is the counselor.
Yeah. Oh, these like
So I don't know if you guys would be interested, but how do you feel? Because this episode is pretty boring. About a little correction.
yeah, man, fix those corners.
Jake, play the jingle. That wasn't good enough.
Sorry, I'm not Jake.
It'll be fixed in
You have
post.
to do it
Stepping
again.
in, though. Thanks for stepping in.
Thanks.
It goes da 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 da.
We got the correction
That's all
corner
gonna
of the
get cut.
jingle now.
That's all gonna
Yeah.
get cut. These are corrections for episode 117, which was called Hide and Q. Aaron, you'll recall Hide and Q because Q was in it.
Sure.
It's the one where he gives Riker Q powers, and Riker gets to run around being a Q for a while. We were talking about how Geordi. Aaron was still adjusting to the fact this is a season 1 episode of Next Generation, and Aaron was still adjusting to the fact that Geordi's name is spelled Geordi.
That really rocked me.
That really took you a little while to get used to.
What was your assumed spell?
A J.
You thought it was Jordy.
Sure.
Geordi, yeah.
And we speculated that maybe it was an abbreviation, like maybe his name, like his in canon like name is like George Douglas or something like that, and so they call him Geordi for short. So, but no, his name is Geordi LaForge. That's his full character's name. So it's not an abbreviation for anything. I guess you see at some point in one episode you can see his like official Starfleet like records or whatever on a screen, and it says what his real name is, and it's Geordi LaForge. It also says where he was born. He was born in Mogadishu, Somalia, African Confederation, Earth. in 2335.
Okay.
Very nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
To Geordi, everyone.
To Geordi.
Geordi. This is his best week. He's living his best life in this episode.
He's going to be over in that ship talking about how confident he is. It's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you guys got your own thing going on."
It doesn't last, though, because he's never confident like this again.
Nope.
He goes back to being sad
too
Geordi
bad.
next week. We recorded that episode on April 18th of 2020.
Damn.
Shawn predicted that the lockdown would last 4 months at that time. He was like, we'll be back to work when we're all back to work in 4 months. So we didn't, it was longer than 4 months.
Yes.
A little longer.
I'm aware.
You know, your best guess.
Min was talking about people returning their pets once COVID ended. There was, because there had been like a surge in pet adoptions when the lockdown first started, because people needed needed something in their homes.
A furry friend.
And Min speculated that there would be an uptick in returns of animals, which we all thought was a real dark thing to bring up. But
Was I wrong?
well, it's hard to say, because I saw 2 articles that are completely contradictory. So in May, this May, the New York Times wrote an article saying people are not returning their pandemic animals in numbers that are higher than what we had
Normal
seen in the
stuff.
past, right? So there's a whole article about it in May from the New York Times saying,
Well, the
nope,
New York
nope,
Times
nope.
has always been trying to subvert you, man. I've always found.
And then in July, another article, not in the Times, this one was in Forbes. People are abandoning their pandemic pets nationwide as return to work looms. So I don't know who to believe. I guess you believe the New York Times probably is who you would go with in that.
No, I think we're
Matchup.
all just going to believe whoever we want to believe. And that's the beauty and the...
Well, I would like
Step
to believe.
into your truth.
Step into your truth.
I
man.
would like to
Pick
believe
your own
that
adventure.
the pets are not being returned in higher
Me
numbers.
too.
Well, when the
Because-
pandemic's actually over,
Yes,
maybe we
agreed.
can see
I don't
if
think
the
it's
dogs
over.
get dumped.
We recorded this episode. It was a few days before my birthday. I asked you all what you were going to get me for my birthday. Shawn said he was going to get me $60 in Taco Bell delivered to my house. He did not, is the correction.
That is true.
I did not get $60 of free
Well, he
Taco Bell
saved
from
your
Shawn.
life by not doing
We
that.
still have it. It's still stuck in someone's trunk of their car right now.
Yeah, your neighbors got it because you didn't pick it up fast enough from your.
There's a
front porch.
DoorDasher who's like, where is this
This
address?
Taco Bell will go bad if it sits on the step.
For another 6 months.
So, see, man, this guy's transfiguring into a new thing. That's why this episode was called Transfigurations.
Transfiguration.
He's about to, upscale.
Yeah.
He's going 3.0.
Nothing but toe.
It's basically kind of
Tail.
Star Trek the motion picture at the end when
Which one, with V'ger?
when Captain Decker merges with V'ger.
Yeah.
With V'ger.
Dicker versus V'ger.
V'ger.
This is the male version.
That was one of the funniest things that's ever happened was the V'ger.
This one doesn't have the
Let's
same
call the whole
comedy.
thing off. This guy looks like he has a V'ger.
It's a male V'ger, all right.
We were talking about how the Amazon used to do this contest where you could win everything that was on your Amazon wish list.
Whoa.
And we wondered who the winners were. I tried to look it up and I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't find
Probably nobody.
Couldn't find a list of the Amazon winners.
They just
wish
say that
list
happened.
winners.
Yeah. It's like we're proud to award our $1 million prize to our listeners.
Jeffrey
Here at Warp.
Bezos was one again.
We were talking about the brief fad for Gregorian chant music in the early 90s.
Yes.
Is it coming back? Like fanny packs?
I don't know. It should make a. I mean, the 90s are back, right?
Yeah.
They should. Somebody should get on that. Where's Enigma now when you need them?
Being an enigmatic?
Shawn mentioned a band called Chant, which was which he said was the actual Gregorian monks. Oh, see, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
See how he's transcended? But it's just him in a full body stocking.
Like a green suit.
I'm checking.
He looks like a Blue Man Group reject. He's like, no, it's Blue Man Group, not Yellow Man
Yeah.
Group. Like,
But I'm like made out of the sun particles.
They needed to add more glow, so you couldn't quite see the
I wanted to see
texture
if it's
as
the
well.
same
you
guy.
shouldn't be able to tell that it's just a guy
There's
in a
still a lot of
bodysuit.
crotch going in.
Yeah, he's still got a little bit of camel
Like,
toe.
they should have cranked
Even
up the
ascended.
glowy
Oh,
part.
agree.
They should have blown out the
He's
camera
like,
a
why
little
would
bit.
I change my best part?
Look, their ships are even phallus shaped.
Oh, and is it going to look like I'm talking in a body stocking and I have all these wrinkles on my neck? because
Like
from
you
the
can
fabric?
see the folds
Yeah.
of the body stocking. It's really bad. Like,
Yeah, it's,
Haven't
No,
these episodes
those are
been...
just the folds in his neck. guys.
yeah. That just
They have
happens when you
ridges- They have
ascend.
ridges in their necks.
When you
just like they
guys
have ridges
actually
in their forehead.
ascend to the fifth elemental plane, you're going to see it's exactly the way this is.
Yeah.
the band wasn't called Chant. The album was called
Oh,
Chant.
gotcha.
Oh,
The group was just called the Benedictine Monks of Santo Domingo
Chant
de
would have been
Silos.
better.
It's so awkward. Right. Was it just me?
No, it's not you. He reaches out and like to caress her face,
And
but
she like
it's-
pulls back.
She's like,
Ew.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole thing is
I liked you when you had abs.
gross and dumb.
Yeah.
You're not.
And that's the end of the episode. It's just like, doop, episode over.
I'm going to go into space.
So dumb.
Dude, where are you going?
Bye, bitch.
Really, actually, I just wanted to leave as a dramatic exit, but I have nowhere to go. Space is really
He's
big.
just like,
Could
he
you
just
top
comes
me off?
back. He's like floating outside the window. Like 20 minutes later, he's like, "Hey guys, how's everybody doing?"
I just didn't have anywhere to go, and I just
You're not headed to Risa 3 anytime soon, are you?
it's like, this is really awkward. But it's like when you say goodbye, and then you have to go to the bathroom, and then you're like, I'm back.
You say goodbye, and then you both walk to your cars the same direction.
Yeah.
You're like, "Yeah, hey."
Oh,
how's
you're
it
going. You're going. Yeah, we're both going the same way. We're going the same way. Oh man.
I said that the Chant album was the one that kicked it off with the real monks, but I was wrong. The Enigma album came first by years. Like that first Enigma album that has
Side down one.
dun, 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 like
Yeah.
that's 91, and the Chant album didn't come out till 94.
When did the Time Life album
correction.
come out with
Enigma
all of
was
it?
first.
That's what I want to know.
You know, I just saw that commercial again for that like deep trance or whatever it was called, where it was like the theme song to Twin Peaks
Yeah.
and like Orinoco Flow.
I listened to that album so many times
Yeah.
because
You and me
somebody I
both.
knew had it, and so we were just like, it was
And
on
like
all
Tubular Bells.
Yeah.
Tubular Bells.
So Enigma
Wow.
was
And,
first.
and
They
there was a
beat
Native
Chant.
American one. I don't know if that was one of the ones you mentioned, but it was like, anything I say to describe it will be probably racist, so I'm not. But it was amazing. It was part of the pastiche.
Shawn said that was the only episode where you see LeVar Burton's real eyes, because Riker gives him his sight back at one point in that episode. But you actually see his eyes in two other episodes.
Q gives him
Future
sight.
Imperfect and Interface, which we will get to eventually.
Can I ask, before we leave this episode,
Yep.
if Geordi doesn't ever have that confidence again, was it really always just inside him?
No, it really wasn't.
No, it really was coming
Yeah.
from that guy.
Yeah.
And when he left, it
Come
was
on
like
now.
Yeah.
he took it with him.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's what he whispered to Crusher afterwards. Like, actually, it was me. I was just trying to make him feel better.
This guy has got no game.
This is not a correction, but I just want to remind everyone that Min loves the TV show Prison Break because he was a Wentworth Miller fan before Prison Break.
yeah.
For reasons that we were not able to figure out while we were talking about it.
I like
and
Wentworth
I couldn't
Miller.
figure it out today, like looking at his IMDb.
Well,
what else was he in?
He's in Underworld, which we thought might be it, but he's like the 14th listed cast member in that movie.
There's something else I saw him
just
in.
blew him away when he saw.
He liked
like,
the ad for Prison Break before he saw Prison Break.
Yeah. Who is that?
Yes.
Stop the presses.
That's the end of Corrections Corner, you guys.
Ooh.
Well, I don't think you can get a better episode than Transfiguration.
Oh boy, I'm so glad we're done with that.
My favorite part was when Geordi had the Intel Platinum Pentium chip on his forehead.
That was the best part. That was right at the beginning.
It was like
That was the
Yeah.
opening scene.
That's what gave him the confidence.
it had
It's
to
that
give back.
Pentium processing.
I know. He needs more
got overclocked.
cyber bling.
He got overclocked.
This episode was so like bland that I couldn't even remember having seen it before. And I've seen every episode of this thing
I've
like
seen every
more than
episode.
once.
Yeah.
And I didn't remember that at all. I didn't remember what was happening. I didn't remember how it ended. It had left completely no like mark
No
on my
impression.
brain at all.
I feel like you're gonna remember it this
how could
time.
it
I don't
not?
I know,
why.
but that's you with every episode.
I feel like this time we're gonna remember it. I don't know why, because it
Yeah.
seemed really.
But there was
We'll remember it because we watched it together.
Yeah.
But it was fun to see Geordi get his groove on. That
Yeah.
was sort of the only, in a way that for once wasn't like creepy and disturbing. So that was sort of the only saving
I wasn't paying
grace.
attention, but do we actually see Geordi sort of like have a like non-awkward conversation with her and actually see
We
him?
did. He like walked up to her when he was like, "I'm feeling suave now," and
Oh,
like,
okay. So
invited her to go on a
I feel
date
like
with
we
him.
just saw like afterwards, and they just like cut to, oh, I did I did something magical, and now she's kind of like, I had a good relationship.
No, he came up and was all cool and like invited her to the arboretum.
No.
And they walked off arm in arm together. And then the next time you see them, they're making out in the elevator.
That's right. That's good.
Thanks very much for listening to Warped, everybody. You can go to iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts to rate, review, and subscribe. You can email us at warpedthepodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at warpedthepodcast or on Twitter at warpedtrek. You can follow me on Twitter at hostwarped. Follow Min to learn about our Dungeons and Dragons and Call of Cthulhu live streams and podcasts. Our new Call of Cthulhu podcast, Off the Wagon, is of season 1, chapter
When's
1.
season 2
is available now.
yeah. I'm
He's working on it. Don't give him any grief.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little time.
The information about that is at Wet Maynard. You can go to patreon.com/warp to become a subscriber, get access to additional material and bonus episodes.
Yeah.
Shawn.
All right, come back next week. We got
For the big finale.
We're there, guys. The best of both worlds.
So
Part
exciting.
1 next week on Warped. Until then, my name is Shawn.
My name's Matt.
Philippe.
Aaron.
And I'm in
Good
win.
night, everybody.
Yeah. Season finale coming up.
So good.
Part
Yeah,
1 is
we have to figure out what movie we're watching next.